In this video, we're going to learn how to expand triple brackets. We are going to look at all these different types of examples that are listed on this slide. So let's make a start. The way my slides work, I'm going to go through the example on the left, which is I do. You're then going to press pause and have a go at the example on the right, which is you do. And the type of example we're covering will normally be at the top here. So in this case, we are looking at just positive signs. So we're going to expand this from left to right. So we're going to do x times x. That gives us x squared. We are then going to do x times 2. That gives us plus 2x. We are then going to do 1x times x. So we're going to expand everything in that bracket by everything in the next bracket. So that's 1x. And finally, we are going to do 1 times 2, and that is plus 2. So what we've now just done is expanded these two brackets out. So we started with the left and work our way to the right. So now we've expanded them two out. We can simplify that. So these two can be collected. So that's going to be x squared plus 3x plus 2. We're going to put the brackets back around it, and we're going to write the remaining bracket out here. So that's basically this bit here that was left. So now we're going to do the exact same thing with this one. So we're going to expand everything in the left-hand bracket. We're going to expand the brackets out by multiplying everything in the left by everything in the right. So we're going to do this times that. And that gives us x cubed. We are then going to do x squared times 3x. That is going to give us plus 3x squared. And we're going to do the same for the remaining two. So that's going to be that times x, which is going to be 3x times x, which is 3x squared. And then we're going to do 3x times 3, which is plus 3 times 3, which is 9. And we're left with x. And finally, we can do the same for the remaining one, which is going to use a different color here. So that's going to be 2 times x, which is plus 2x, and finally 2 times 3, and that is 6, so that is plus 6. We are now going to collect the like terms. So in this case, these two are like terms and these two are like terms. So this whole thing simplifies down to x cubed plus 6x squared plus 11x plus 6. So press pause and have a go at the example on the right. So I hope you've had a go at the example on the right. Again, we're going to work from left to right. We're first going to expand these two brackets out. So we're going to take the first term in the left bracket, which is x, and multiply that by both the other terms in the other bracket. So that's going to give us x times x, which is x squared, x times 1x, which is x, or you can write that as 1x as well. And finally, we're going to do the same with 3. So that's going to be 3 times x. That's plus 3x. And 3 times 1 finally, that's plus 3. And we're going to collect the like terms if we can. Here we can collect these two like terms. So this then becomes x squared plus 4x plus 3. We're going to add the brackets back in, and we are now left with this bracket here. So we're going to bring that back down here. That is x plus 4. And now we're going to do the exact same thing. Expand everything in the left-hand bracket by everything in the right-hand bracket. So that's going to be x times x. Sorry, x squared times x and x squared times 4. So that's x cubed plus 4x squared. We can do the same with the 4x, so that's going to be 4x times x and 4x times 4. So that's going to be 4x squared plus 16x. And finally, we can do the same with 3. That's 3 times x and 3 times 4. So that's going to be plus 3x plus 12. In terms of collecting the like terms, these two are like terms and these two are like terms. So that then becomes x cubed plus 4, which is 8x squared. Now 16 plus 3 is 19x plus 12. So here's another example. So again, we're going to multiply everything out from left to right. So we're going to first expand these two brackets out. So that's going to become x times x, which is x squared, x times 5, which is plus 5x, 2 times x, which is 2x, and finally 2 times 5, which is 10. Now we're going to collect any like terms, so these two are like terms. So that then becomes x squared plus 7x plus 10. And leave the brackets on, and we're going to bring this down. So that's going to be x plus 2, because that's to the left. We still need to expand that out, and again, exact same steps. So x squared times x, which is x cubed, plus 2x squared, plus 7x squared, plus 14x plus 10x plus 20. So again, multiplied everything out. Now we're going to collect the like terms. So in this case, these two are like terms and these two are like terms. So that is going to be x cubed plus 9x squared plus 24x plus 20. Press pause and I've got an example on the right. So hopefully you had a go at it. And we're going to do the exact same thing, working from left to right. We're going to expand these two brackets out first. So we are going to do 1 times x and then 1x times 4. And then we're going to do 3 times x and 3 times 4. So that is going to become x squared, or you can write it as 1x squared plus 4x plus 3x plus 12. Collect these two like terms. That becomes x squared plus 7x plus 12. Add the brackets back. Add in the remaining bracket that's left. And expand everything out again. So that is going to be x cubed plus x squared plus 7x plus 7x, that should be squared, plus 12x plus 12. In terms of collecting the like terms, these two are like terms and these two are like terms, so that then gives us x cubed plus 8x squared plus 19x plus 12. So now we're going to look at an example with a negative. So again, it's the exact same principles, but we've just got a negative sign this time. So we're going to work from left to right. So we're going to look at these two brackets first. So that gives us x squared plus 1x plus 3x plus 3. In terms of collecting the like terms, we can collect them two like terms. So that's x squared plus 4x plus 3. Bring the other bracket down. So that's x minus 2. And now expand everything out like we did before. So we can draw the guidelines on if they help. That times that, that times that. And then we are going to do the same with 4x. And finally, we are going to do the same with 3x. So that then gives us x cubed minus 2x squared plus 4x squared minus 8x plus 3x minus 6. Now, in terms of collecting the like terms, these two are like terms and these two are like terms. I have drawn a number line at the bottom. So in the first case, we have minus 2 plus 4. So if we have minus 2 and we add 4 to it, we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 to the right. So that becomes x cubed plus 2x squared. And then we have a minus 8, which is here. And we are adding 3. So we go 1, 2, 3 to the right. So that's going to be minus 5x minus 6. Press pause and I've got the example on the right. So then this becomes x squared plus 1x plus 4x plus 4. In terms of collecting the like terms, that's x squared plus 5x plus 4. And we've still got this bracket to multiply out. So again, you can draw the like guidelines if they help you. So in this case, this is going to become x cubed minus 2x squared plus 5x squared minus 10x plus 4x minus 8. And in terms of collecting the like terms, these two are like terms and these two are like terms. So that then becomes x cubed plus 3x. Again, use the number line to help you. And then we have minus 10 plus 4, which is going to give us minus 6x minus 8. So now we have got two negatives. Again, exact same principles, but you've just got to remember some with the negatives that there are a few rules when you multiply them out. So if I go about with this, it is going to be x squared minus 3x plus 1x minus 3. So that's me expanding these two out. I can simplify that to x squared minus 2x minus 3. And bring the other bracket down. Now here's where you have to be careful. When you multiply two negatives, you get positives. So firstly, it's going to be x cubed minus 2x squared. So I've just done this one here. Now I'm going to move on to this. So that is going to be minus 2x times x. So that's minus 2x squared. And finally, it's going to be minus, let me just write that again. It's going to be minus 2x times minus 2. So since we're multiplying two negatives, that becomes a positive. So that's plus 4x. And then finally, this one is going to be minus 3x. And minus 3 times minus 2 is going to give us a plus 6. Now collect the like terms. So that's x cubed. You can use the number line again. Minus 4x plus 1x plus 6. Again, press pause and I've got the example on the right. So with this one, we end up with x squared minus 2x plus 4x minus 8. Collecting the like terms gives us x squared plus 2x minus 8. And we're going to bring that bracket down, that we haven't multiplied out yet, and now we're going to multiply everything out again, so that is going to become x cubed minus 1x squared plus 2x squared minus 2x minus 8x plus 8. So in terms of collecting the like terms, it'll be that and that, that and that, so that gives us x cubed plus 1x squared minus 10x plus 8. And now we have got three negative signs. So again, the exact same manner, we are going to expand from left to right. So that is going to become x squared minus 3x minus 1x plus 3. So careful here with this and this one. And we're going to collect the like terms. So these two are like terms. So that's going to become x squared minus 4x plus 3. And we're going to bring that bracket down. So that's there. And now we're going to expand out again. So that then becomes x cubed minus 2x squared minus 4x squared plus 8x plus 3x minus 6. And that then becomes x cubed minus 6x squared plus 11x minus 6. So again, press pause and I've got an example on the right. So firstly, we're going to expand these two out. So that is going to become x squared minus 2x minus 5x plus 10. Oh, I've drawn the brackets on too early there. So then we're going to collect the like terms, and that is x squared minus 7x plus 10. And we're going to bring that other bracket down, so that's x minus 2. And then that becomes x cubed minus 2x squared minus 7x squared plus 14x, so careful there with the two negatives, plus 10x minus 20. Collecting the like terms gives us x cubed minus 9x squared plus 24x minus 20. Okay, we've already done this one, so we can skip that. And finally, here's some practice questions for you to have a go at. When you're ready, press play and I'll go through the answers. And here are the answers. Mark your work. So I hope you found this video useful, and here's all the examples that we've covered, and as always, I'll catch you in the next one.